Hello and welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Wednesday. My name is Javier Cobas and you are watching The Lounge. It smells like I'm walking down a very long garden. Gold, silver, platinum, almond butter, chalky, slight honey as well. It's not spicy, not yet. Just getting all this flavor all at once. Very complimentary, I would say. Definitely what I would be looking for if I got a bottle. Yes, we are back. I know there was no episode yesterday. I'm sorry. Other than that, let's just jump right into today's Whiskey Wednesday cigar and whiskey pairing. We have the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof Select Single Barrel Proof Tennessee Whiskey. Whatever, Jack Daniel's Select, we have them. Of course, thank you to @Robert Worldwide for providing us with the bottle. And then Plasencia's Pirámide cigar. I haven't had this one in a very long time. From what I remember, it was very spicy, so let's just jump right in. Smell. A little bit of spice on the nose. Smells like fruity, nice and light, kind of like banana. Some sugar, maybe? Kind of like a banana Foster. Maybe the spice is like a little bit of cinnamon. Outside is very cedary. The name of the cigar is the Pirámide, and for those of you that don't speak Spanish, Pirámide means pyramid. And so the label, I think, does a good job. It has like this papyrus kind of Egyptian scripture writing on it, just like that. And then it's kind of like the design, there's too much light. The design around the name is also very Egyptian, kind of cryptic in a way. Label's a little loose on the actual cigar. Oh, and I didn't even do sight. So sight is like a light brown. Pirámide is a good name. This specific version of the Pirámide is Torpedo. Again, the label, very Egyptian, cryptic. Lots of gold on the label as well. And again, smelling it, you really get a lot of banana, cinnamon. Overlying scent of like wood. It's not cedar. Well, maybe a slight hint of cedar and then another major type of wood as well, getting that scent from it. You know, I decided to do the Whiskey Wednesday with the Jack Daniel's Select because I feel like the Jack Daniel's Select is so strong, so sharp that it's going to cleanse my palate and really allow me to bring a lot more flavor out of the spice. But we don't know until we try, so let's go ahead and cut the cigar and taste it. Little to no spice on the first puff, so I guess my memory is proving me wrong, or maybe you just gotta let it warm. Actually, slight spice on the tongue. Maybe we just gotta let it warm up a little, get really the flavors, squeezed out of this tobacco. Getting lots of nut from the blend. Spicy is coming out a little now. Really good draw from the cigar as well. Getting this nutty, woody, herby taste. Spice is making its way to the outside of my mouth as well. The cheeks, in between the tongue and the gum. Overall, nice medium body with a lot of flavor. It's not one of those cigars that's just going to give you spice and like a full-on thick cloud of power that's really going to make you sick. This is one of those, I'm easygoing, but at the same time, look at all this flavor that I bring to the table. Flavor-wise, the spice is really coming in strong now. I'm starting to sweat a little just from puffing on the cigar. I have had lunch. I've eaten already. I've had breakfast. I've done all the precautionary measures. I'm sweating the spice. I'm not a spice guy. This is... Whew. I do, however, appreciate a really good cigar and a good blend of tobacco. And while I don't particularly choose this at free will when I want to enjoy a good cigar, it is a good blend of tobacco. Lots of flavor, like the nut, the wood, the overlying wood. I'm getting like sherry, the wine. Very strong fortified wines. That took a lot out of me. You guys didn't see it because I cut, but I was literally there for like 30 seconds thinking about what it is that I'm tasting. But yeah, sherry, like this fortified wine, maybe rum, maybe that's kind of where the scent of the banana and the sugar came from. Sugar cane made the rum. The construction is kind of fixing itself. We'll see in about a couple minutes. Well, for you guys, a couple seconds. Full on, a lot of flavor. But Whiskey Wednesday would not be complete without tasting the whiskey as well. So let's go ahead and crack this baby open. So Rob Rivera was the one that brought us the whiskey. But as always, we got to shout out our friends Scotch Society 305. They were ones that gave us the Glen Cane glass. Rob Don't kill me, Rob Bricko. It's been a while since I've had this whiskey. Last time I had it was on the show maybe 2 months ago. Yeah, right off the bat, very, very one of the more aromatic whiskeys I've had. You can literally smell the alcohol seeping out of this glass. Again, very woody, oaky, sharp. I haven't even tasted it yet, but those are the smells, and from what I remember, those are the typical Jack Daniel's bourbons. This one smells very sharp. Lots of spice. Lots of spice from that whiskey. Plain, weirdly satisfying with the spice from the cigar. Mixed together, the whiskey and the cigar kind of cancel each other out. It's odd. You really only feel the very strong finish down the back of the throat. Obviously, you don't inhale the cigar, so that doesn't get mixed up in there. But my mouth is completely back to normal. There's no spice there whatsoever. I'll probably start puffing on the cigar, drinking the whiskey. It'll start coming out again, but going away just as fast. Very interesting. Getting this second layer of wood, the one that I talked about, couldn't really pin it out with the Plasencia, with the canceling out of the spice from both the whiskey and the cigar. Really get this the overlying presence of wood is now omnipresent. And maybe it's the same type of wood, so maybe it is oak and cedar found inside the Jack Daniels. Obviously they're aged in the oak barrels. Second sip from the whiskey, extremely smooth, hardly any finish. Puffing on the cigar again, getting really like a cellar, man cave, lots of wood, oak, this old 50s, 60s cigar bar, maybe like in England or Europe where the cigar bars are hundreds of years old, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. That's what you're getting from this combination. Kind of like this old vintage radio, 50s America. So yeah, overall, the whiskey really adds a different element to the cigar, brings out that wood, masks the spiciness that it originally had, and really cleanses your palate for a completely new experience into the cigar. I think that just about does the taste aspect of this review. Let's move on to the rating. I know I sound like a broken record. The Plasencia cigar, very spicy, as well as the whiskey that we tried today. I thought they would pair well together for different reasons. One being that I remember this being very sharp. I didn't remember lots of the flavor and the spice that this had. I did remember that this had spice, so I thought upon smoking this, lots of spice in your mouth, I thought this clean, sharp whiskey would just cleanse your palate. I was wrong. In fact, this has a lot of spice. I'd say even more spice than the cigar itself. However, paired together, the spiciness of both the whiskey and the cigar kind of canceled each other out and brought out a lot of the wood notes that you would feel in the cigar, and honestly even in the whiskey itself. Now smelling it, a lot of the wood and oak coming out of it. Sherry, you tasted the sherry and all this other good stuff inside the whiskey and the cigar. And for those reasons, I think I'm going to give this combination right here an 8.3. Didn't even do a drum roll, didn't even do any of that. An 8.3. Fair rating, I think. I think I've had better ones than this. This pairing, however, went very well together. Lots of good, didn't really see a lot of cons. The cigar itself, a little bit of bad construction. The whiskey, maybe it's a little strong for you guys. However, the combination is very good together. Maybe it deserves a little higher than an 8.3, but you guys know how we roll here at the lounge. Once we score, and that's it. So, an 8.3 straight from the lounge. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned to the end of this episode. If you like what we had to say and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're listening to this on the podcast, go ahead and give us that 5-star rating. That just about does it from me here at the lounge. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned to the very end. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for Thursday's Thoughts.